Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have some exciting gameplay with the man himself, Mephisto. Now Mephisto has level 52 SIG ability. We have a 6-star awakened Mephisto here. He's rank 2. And again, we took him up to rank 2 as soon as possible because I think he's one of the most devastating mystic champions there are in the game. He's pretty much underrated. He, of course, you could see his offensive damage over time, villain, and this guy is an absolute killer of most champions if used correctly. Now, he has insane power gain. He has that constant damage over time. He has power drain. He has, of course, soul imprisonment, which is so important. But let's look at his attributes. Critical rating, 23.9%. Critical damage rating, 184.8%. Armor rating, 17.7%. And block proficiency, just about 65.1%. And I'm telling you, this guy is an absolute beast. We have here his SIG ability, Burning Aura. Mephisto burns with anger, having 11% chance to activate his Aura of Incineration for 5 seconds, and plus 120% of the above chance on well-timed blocks. So parry is very important for this guy sometimes. And Mephisto is immune to passive ability accuracy reduction. He also has a persistent charge. Mephisto starts the quest with 3 persistent soul charges, gaining an additional charge each time he knocks out an opponent, using up to a max of 6 charges. So he's fantastic for questing. And again, when above 30% health, each persistent soul charge is consumed. When below 30% health, regenerating over 3,000 health per charge. So he does have that ability to not die and just regenerate health, which is pretty cool as well. Mephisto imprisons the opponent's soul at the start of the fight, reducing their chance to activate buffs by 100% for 15 seconds. So as long as he has those charges, he is going to activate that soul imprisonment, and they are not going to be able to activate any buffs. Now, Aura of Incineration, Mephisto generates power through his passive power gain. Very, very important. He generates power through passive power gain, and we're going to demonstrate this into the gameplay. SP1 consumes a persistent soul charge to imprison the soul. So you need to have persistency soul charges for the SP1 to imprison the soul. And then again, it reduces the activation of buffs by 100%. And of course, his Incinerates also deal a lot of damage per stack for 4 seconds. And it also reduces the block proficiency by 50% and perfect block. So he's absolutely devastating. Special Attack 2 activates the Aura of Incineration around him and lasts 8 seconds. And SP3 once per fight, so that's just using one time. Mephisto instantly drains 2 bars of power from the opponent. If the maximum amount is drained, then Mephisto activates his Aura of Incineration for the rest of the fight. Very, very important. And I think a lot of people playing Mephisto fails to realize that you need to use SP3 only when they have over 2 bars of power. That's when it's going to be most effective. And we're going to show you some synergies here now. He has the Mamo synergy, 80% energy resistance while taking damage over time. So he's very, very good with that. He has 1 soul extra when at the beginning of the fight with her, and we have with Morningstar, that is, and then we have Ghost Rider synergy again, or Doctor Strange, and then we have we brought in that Ghost Rider, so we have Blade synergy with it as well, when he has reduced energy resistance minus 50 on the opponent. And then of course Morningstar, which is very important. He starts with an extra bar of power, and that is Morningstar starts with the extra bar of power, but he has that extra soul persistency. So persistent charge, I should say. So here we go. We have the 5 lined up. He really doesn't need any of these extra guys on the team, but we're just bringing them in to show you how effective this guy is in gameplay. So just let's take a look at the quick overall abilities again. Offensive damage over time. He has burning aura. He has persistent charges, and as long as he have those persistent charges, he keeps on going with soul imprisonment. Incinerate. He's poison immune. He's also cold snap immune, frostbite immune, and he is immune to all poisons. So let's go. Let's start the fight. You see Winter Soldier is immediately soul imprisoned. He cannot activate any buffs, and if you look at the top left hand corner, you're going to see Mephisto starts with 4 persistency charges because of that Morning Star signature, synergy. So we have over 2 bars of power. We fire the SP2, that brings our aura of incineration in, but it also gives us that power gain. So SP2 gives us that power gain, and it activates that aura of incineration that does damage over time. But we're going to get to 3 bars of power, and we want to fire off the 3 bars of power only when we get Winter Soldier above 2 bars of power. Right here, we're going to fire it off. Now what happens here? What happens here is because we fired it off and we're going to completely drain 2 bars of his power now, that activates our aura of incineration for the entire fight. We don't have to worry about it, and what that gives us is instant, constant, continual power gain. Look at our power bar. I'm backing off for you to see it. We're going to fire SP2s. Here we go. Now look at his energy again. It's already over 1 bar of power. We're gonna fire SP2, and there is no fight where you're gonna see a champion constantly firing off SPs like this other than this Mephisto fight. He's the absolute power game champ once you use that SP3 correctly and drain 2 bars of your opponent's power. Here we go. You notice now I haven't used an SP1 yet, and I'm going to tell you when we're going to use SP1s with Mephisto. We're not going to, unless it's an emergency and we need to get rid of buffs and stuff like that. But here we go, and we need to imprison them. We're going to keep that 4. We're going to fire the SP3. As you're going to see, it's not going to drain power anymore because that was one time it's going to happen per fight. You see, he still has 2 bars of power. So we're going to now use, let's take him down a little bit more, SP2 maybe one more time. There you go. And then I'm going to take some damage now and show you how that regeneration works. We're going to just sit there and take hits. So we actively taking hits. Now, for most people watching my videos, remember, just don't look at the videos. You need to listen to what I'm saying. Because you look at the video, you see me taking all these hits, and you think, hey, we just taking a lot of beatings here. We just not able to dex. We don't know how to use block. But you need to realize that these are demonstration videos. As you can see, he went under 15% health. His aura of incineration kicked in. And then he's back up to 75%. Before we start doing some damage, we're going to take some more hits to show you how devastating this guy is. Again, we're now going to start gameplay again. We're going to start firing off the SP1s. He has no soul imprisonment because we used up our persistent charges to regain and regenerate that health. Now, that's a lot of regeneration, guys. And the more fights you have, he could go up. Remember, that was just 4. 6 persistent charges gives him almost 100% health regained. Now is when we're going to be using SP1. We don't need to use SP2 for the aura of incineration. We have it activated from the very first 2 seconds of the fight. But here's what happens. All we have to do now is spam that SP1. And look at the power gain. SP1, boom. SP1, boom. We're gonna do this rinse and repeat SP1 until we take out the opponent. Now in most fights, obviously, this opponent is already going to be dead, and once we win a fight, we're going to get and regain a persistency charge starting the second fight. Here we go. And remember, every time he starts a fight, the opponent is soul imprisoned. They cannot use any buffs for 15 seconds. Now here we go again. So we're going to rinse and repeat. Now, unlike other videos where we just take on Winter Soldier, I'm going to show you one other fight. We're going to go in to actually fight the second fight on this Realm of Legends. And we're going to take in Captain Marvel. And here we go again. As you can see, I'm backing off. I'm just showing you power gain, power gain. So if you need to use it, you just need to back off, power gain, similar to Hyperion, where you don't need to attack the opponent, you just get that power gain. But his power gain is consistent since we used the SP3 on the opponent when they had 2 bars of power. So here we go. We're gonna just spit him out. We just love the animation on that. Again, notice how many hits I take and how durable this guy is. Now we are down to 19%. And then we're gonna take out Winter Soldier here. Boom. Now, so that took over 231 hits, but again, that was gameplay, demonstration, taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. But I am telling you that Mephisto, in my opinion, is the best Mystic champion. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of comments saying, no, Dr. Doom is the best. But Dr. Doom is very good, yes, and is very useful. And he's probably, for a lot of cases and uses, the best Mystic champion. But when it comes to raw damage over time, persistent damage, soul imprisonment, and knocking you out really fast, and not to mention that complete regeneration ability, this guy has got to be up there, if not one, number 2 best champion Mystic. Now here we go. We soul imprisoned her again. Here we go. We used up the life. We used up the persistent charge to go back up and regen the health. We have no more persistent charges. We're going to take it to 2 bars of power. We're going to fire off SP3. SP3 is now going to activate the aura of incineration, and SP3 is also going to power drain her 2 bars of power, which gives us the aura of incineration for the rest of this fight. We do not have to worry about SP3s and SP2s anymore. We just need to blaze her down with SP1s, and we have that consistent power gain. And now we are going to just fire it off. We're going to fire it off. Now imagine how effective this guy is going to be on a quest. And that is why he was my first rank 2 6-star champion. Now here we go. Now SP1, over and over again, we have that ability to regen. The guy has fantastic synergies. I mean, who doesn't he have synergies with? Blade. He has synergies with Blade. He has synergies with all of these champions that are on the list. That is just absolutely fantastic. Check out his synergies, and he is definitely one of the 5 that you should put on your gameplay for doing damage in Alliance War. He could be defense, which is great. He's very troublesome for a lot of new players still to fight against, and for attack definitely. And the guy has just lasting staying power. He takes away all of the buffs from the start of the fight. If you want to keep the buffs off, just keep firing off SP1 as long as you're using up persistent charges. Remember, once you use it up all, SP1 is not going to be working anymore for that buff soul imprisonment. But this is the rotation that I use. I get him up to 3 bars of power, or I fire off SP2, get that power gain, take him up to 3 bars of power. By that time, the opponent should have 2 bars of power. Fire off the SP3, power drain them, get your aura of incineration going absolutely non-stop. And if you didn't have him awakened, you're not going to get the aura of incineration on blocks and all of that crazy stuff. But when you have perfect block, he activates the aura of incineration. There's a percentage of chance that he could do it, but it's 124% chance to do it. So he's definitely going to do it. And here she goes. She's in the bin, totally done and dusted. 200 hits. And again, he's still alive. He got a persistency charge. If we went into the next fight, he's going to soul imprison Juggernaut, and he is going to start regaining health if he were to be knocked out. So it's very hard to knock this guy out. He's not going to get knocked out. And once he's regenning, he's not going to take any damage and do that damage over time. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay video. I hope this helps you with the use of Mephisto on your team. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit the notification bell. It really helps the channel. And again, guys, work less, play more, and enjoy life. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.